watching CBS8 Mornings at 5.
A person is dead after a shooting involving a sheriff's deputy. Thanks for being here on this Thursday. I'm Eric Connors.
And I'm Nada Iranpour. Coming up live at 5, News 8 is on the scene. We'll have the very latest. Also here at 5, what authorities are saying about the last missing skier after an avalanche kills 8 people near Lake Tahoe.
Plus at 5, the developers of the Midway Rising project say they are moving forward with it despite legal setbacks.
But first at this hour, as you're waking up to start your day, are we getting more rain today? With that answer, we have Evan.
Yes, we have a final push of rain on the way over the course of the day today, and then this wild winter storm exits out of the region, giving us a dry weekend into the middle of next week. Take a look at the scattered showers that we have on hand to kick off your Thursday morning. They're mainly coming out from the west. We expect that this will be how the rest of the day plays out, with an intensification of this system by the time we get to the evening. And you can currently see that up around the San Francisco area, moving through Fresno and down south toward LA. So expected to impact us closer to that afternoon and evening stretch, with that 90% shot at rain just ahead of the evening commute. Could cause a dicey evening commute. But for the most part, this will be the first morning in about 3 days that we've seen a really mild start to our day. And throughout it, we might even see a little bit of the sun peeking through the clouds. Temperatures are at their coldest point of the week, upper 50s, pretty much across the board. Coming up, we'll talk about what that warmer weekend looks like and what to expect as we go into next week, when our next chance for rain could be. Back to you.
All right, Evan, thank you for that. And now breaking news to bring to you from overnight. Police in the United Kingdom say they have arrested Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. Thames Valley police say they arrested the former prince on suspicion of misconduct in public office. King Charles III stripped Andrew of his royal titles last fall over his friendship with Jeffrey Epstein. According to the Thames Valley police, officers are carrying out searches at properties in Berkshire and Norfolk while Andrew remains in custody right now. No official charges have been filed yet. King Charles III has released a statement saying, quote, "The law must take its course," unquote.
This morning, an investigation is underway in San Marcos following a deadly shooting involving a San Diego County Sheriff's deputy.
This happened just after 9 last night at the intersection of North Twin Valley Oaks Road and Borden Road. There's the spot on your map, and that is where News 8's Jenny Day is joining us live this morning. Jenny, what can you tell us at this hour? What have you discovered?
So good morning to you both. Still a very active crime scene, a very active investigation underway at this hour. This intersection here in San Marcos has been closed now for more than 8 hours, and we are told it still will be another several hours. We have a lot of police squad cars, about 8 to 10, still here at the scene. There are several of those yellow evidence markers there on the ground next to the vehicle of the person who was shot. Again, this is Twin Valley Oaks Road and Borden Road. Very industrial area. We've got a karate studio, a cabinetry place, so a lot of businesses in this area, and then homes just further down the way. As for what happened, still very limited details at this hour, but what we do have confirmed by law enforcement is that a San Diego Sheriff's deputy shot and killed a man following a traffic stop. No word on what led up to that encounter. The driver again died here at the scene, and we are told the deputy was not injured. We certainly are expecting more information to come out this morning, so keep it here for developments. And also know that, again, it really won't impact your morning commute unless you live in the immediate area, because again, these are a lot of side streets here in San Marcos, and again, very industrial. We do also know that since 2022, local law enforcement agencies do not investigate themselves. So because this is a deputy involved shooting involving the sheriff's department, it will be the San Diego Police Department that investigates just what happened here. But again, a lot of police activity. Keep it here as we continue to learn more. Jenny Day, News 8.
Jenny, thank you. Now to a story that we've been following for the last 2 days here. Rescue crews have found the bodies of 8 backcountry skiers lost after an avalanche struck around noon Tuesday in Nevada County. The sheriff's office says they will search for the 9th and final missing skier. However, with crews not able to head back up the mountain until weather clears, that person is presumed dead. The group of 15 was on a 3-day guided ski trip in the Castle Peak area, about 15 to 20 miles northwest of Lake Tahoe. Intense storms moved in on Tuesday, dumping several feet of snow in the area. Nevada County Sheriff Shannon Moon says one of the survivors activated their iPhone's SOS feature, alerting crews to their location, but the extreme conditions complicated rescue efforts.
Extreme weather conditions, I would say, is an understatement. Lots of snow, gale force winds, making it impossible to see. So it was very much a slow and steady pace, going with snowcats, skiers, going up into the area, which is still considered a very high danger for avalanche.
The avalanche is the deadliest in California history and the deadliest anywhere in the U.S. since 1981, when 11 climbers were killed on Mount Rainier in Washington.
Now, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg took the stand in a lawsuit that could affect hundreds of cases, claiming children are harmed on social media. At the core of Zuckerberg's testimony, questions about what Meta knew about the potential risks to young people and whether it did enough to mitigate those risks. The plaintiff, a 20-year-old California woman, says Instagram's features addicted her as a teenager and caused anxiety, depression, body dysmorphia. Both Meta and YouTube deny those claims. TikTok and Snapchat, which were also named in the lawsuit, settled before trial.
This morning, the plan to redevelop the sports arena property is back in the spotlight. Despite legal challenges to the Midway Rising project and a divided community, developers say they're moving forward. The
Midway Pacific Highway Community Planning Group met last night to get an update on all this. News 8's Steffi Roche reports.
The Midway Rising project aims to transform the sports arena site into a new mixed-use hub with more than 4,000 housing units, parks, and a new entertainment center.
So there's a variety of ways it's going to, transform this neighborhood specifically.
Jeff Meyer, a spokesperson for Midway Rising, spoke at Wednesday night's meeting.
We're really grateful to receive unanimous support from you all.
And developers continue to receive support from the planning group, including Kathy Kenton, who is vice chair. She says the project is key to revitalizing the area.
We feel it is critical to the community. We feel it's the linchpin in starting to redevelop this community.
But the project still faces major legal hurdles. The California Supreme Court recently rejected San Diego's voter-approved measure that called for removing the 30-foot height limit in the Midway district. The court ruled the city, which supports the development, failed to fully disclose the environmental impacts of taller buildings. But Wednesday, Meyer tells me they believe they have a plan for bypassing that local 30-foot height limit.
We incorporated what's referred to as state density bonus law. That affords various incentives and waivers for projects like ours. Because of our incredible commitment to 2,000 affordable homes, we're able to apply those incentives and waivers to move the entirety of the project forward, both the residential and the entertainment mixed-use components.
The developer tells me the next steps are likely to come this spring. They plan to meet with the city's Land Use and Housing Committee and then the San Diego City Council for a final vote of approval. For now, reporting from Midway, I'm Steffi Roche, News 8.
And now trial is underway for a former sheriff's deputy accused of violating the civil rights of the unarmed man that he shot and killed in 2020. So Aaron Russell shot and killed Nicholas Bills after Bills escaped custody. 4 years ago, Russell pleaded guilty to state charges of voluntary manslaughter, and he received a 1-year sentence plus probation. But the new trial is now over federal charges over alleged civil rights violations. If convicted on those charges, Russell will face life in prison. The trial expected to last several days.
Later today, the city of San Diego will consider lowering speed limits along designated corridors. Those corridors include school zones, business corridors, and pedestrian and bicycle routes. State Assembly Bill 43, which took effect in 2022, gives cities more control over deciding how speed limits should be set. Last year, the San Diego City Council voted unanimously to adopt the law citywide. The city will discuss which areas should see reduced speed limits during the council's Active Transportation and Infrastructure Committee at 1 o'clock.
And now 5:09. So it seemed like overnight. I could be wrong, but was it a dry night?
It was.
It was. Okay.
I mean, what we have this morning is sprinkles compared to
That's all.
what we
Okay.
saw
Yeah, I
last
experienced
night.
that in North County, but here in Kearney Mesa, it's pretty dry.
Like the roads actually were dry, which was nice to get that little
We
break.
got a nice opportunity yesterday during the day. The sun came out, dried
Clean
up
up
the
a
roads for the
little,
most part.
yeah.
Exactly. People were able to get out and kind of clear the palm fronds
Right.
from the front yard,
Right.
backyard. We do still have another round, a final round of gusty west winds and of rain in the forecast as we get toward this afternoon. Get ready for about 1/4 of an inch up to 1/2 inch in some cases. And then after today, by Friday through the weekend, we're back to dry skies, so we can get out and enjoy whatever weekend plans we have. But keep in mind the temperatures today through the weekend will be on the cooler side of average, especially this afternoon. We're in the upper 50s across the board, really, from our coast to our inland valleys. Our mountains are going to be sticking with 30s for the most part this afternoon. So it will be a cold one. It'll be a breezy one, but we will get opportunities this afternoon for some sun to peek through before that final push of moisture comes into the evening stretch. I'd say this will start up after about 1 p.m., but in particular, it's about 2 to 5 p.m. that we see the most intense stretch of rain. In the meantime, out the door right now, Mount San Miguel showing off this morning, just some passing clouds, maybe a few sprinkles out there that you can notice off toward the right-hand side of your screen. Sunrise at 6:27, about an hour and 20 out from that, and sunset 5:38. So we have this final day where we have the possibility of some downed trees, some street flooding, palm fronds, and of course, just the pooling and ponding. Winter weather advisory expires at 9 a.m., so the mountains might see a couple snow flurries remain all the way through 9 a.m. tomorrow. Wind advisory has been reissued county-wide through 2 a.m. on Friday. So through the early morning stretch on Friday, we're expecting pretty much all of this to come to a halt. And then temperatures warm up really nicely through the weekend. Take a look at Monday, 78 degrees out by our inland valleys. That is about 20-degree warm up from this afternoon, where we're sticking with mainly the 50s. So a nice change comes about as the weekend arrives. That and Eric.
All right, good timing on that. Thank you, Evan. A new poll puts pressure on candidates for governor ahead of a major meeting this weekend.
Plus, slabs of concrete flow free down the Santa Monica Channel. What Public Works is saying happened here. That's next.